Sicilian man by the name of Niccolo Radolf, better known as Big Nick. Essentially, this was his sheep farm from 1868 to 1874. Now, this isn't because we've had rain lately. It's actually always this colour. It's because there's a substance in this water. The substance.
뭐 이쪽으로 가라고 돼 있는데?
You report to be protected from the windshield. Up to you. Yeah, guys, same for you.
아 그래? 아 들어가지는 못하게 하는구나 이 사람들이 여기를. 어.
Just want to wait over here.
여기서 기다리래? 타즈만 레이크에 와 있는데 어떻게
To get onto the boat, pretty easy. I'm just going to show you a demo on this one. From the jetty, just one step on the seat, and then a second one. And from there you can go on the floor. It's a lot easier than trying to do one big step directly from the floor. Big step. Yeah, come down, please.
그래?
To keep the boat, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you just over here.
Okay,
Um,
can I sit here?
Yeah, sit here for you guys. The best it's if you sit both in the center or both on the outside to keep the boat nice and balanced.
yeah.
When we go fast, you could move to the center. You'll be a bit more protected. But when we go slow, move to the outside. The only things it's when we go fast for not you guys to go on every bit on one side. Otherwise, the boat will list.
여기다 꽂아줄게. 줘.
아니 차
여기에
된다고.
꽂힌다고.
아 됐어.
줘.
이거 된다고 여기.
아빠 그것도 이거 막 떨어지지 않게 그거 잘
알았어.
Vivian is on anabatic with 4. That's 0,
만일에
4, and the
속도가
time
막
is
빨라지면
10, 15.
둘이 그러니까 한 명만 가운데 가면 안 되고 둘이 같이 센터로 가고 만일 저기 하면은 둘 다 센터로 둘 다 가에 둘 다 센터로 이렇게 해야 된대.
아니 그럼 네가 코치를 줘. 갈지 말지.
도희가 좀 찍어줘. 엄마 핸드폰 다 때려가 버려.
Perfect, cheers. All right, folks. What I'm gonna ask you to do first is take your hand and have a feel of the water.
오.
Guys,
얼음이 잡힌다.
that's pretty cold. Perhaps it's 4 degrees. It can be a bit warm today. 4 degrees. But that's only the top meter. Under that, it's 1.5 degrees. So it's really, really cold. And you guys, nobody wants to fall into the water. And for that, there is one rule to follow. It's no standing. Because we're gonna go pretty close to some icebergs. And if a big piece break off, the iceberg start to roll, I'm gonna have to move away quickly from it. I'm gonna look that way. I'm not gonna look back. And I'm gonna do something like that. So if you're sitting down, you're fine, but if you're on the side taking a picture, you're gonna fall. But if you do fall, first I will take a picture of you in the water.
Why is not
No, because you'll be the first to fall in 25 years of operation.
Okay.
And after that, I'm not gonna let you in the water. I will grab you by your life jacket, and it's why we want our life jacket zipped, clipped, and we don't touch it anymore. Last thing, after we are good to go, it's if I fall into the lake, or if I fall unconscious, that's gonna be your job, mate. Don't drive the boat.
Don't drive the boat.
Don't drive the boat. What we want is stop the boat straight away. And for that we have this red cord. It's a kill switch. So when you grab it and you rip it off, they're gonna stop the engine, stop the boat straight away. Yeah, you can go hard, don't be scared. And from there, I can swim. You can take a picture of me, put me back on the water. And I have a small radio just over here. Reach it, press the small button and say help, help, help. Easy. And just you come and help us. It's gonna be fine, but you need to know what to do. All right. Gonna take a bit of speed and have a look what's around us first. Anabatic is leaving the jetty and gonna head to the lookout and the dead ice. Hold on, guys. Hold on to your hatch.
보자.
자기 밥 먹었어?
안 먹었어?
먹은 거 같은데?
It's okay.
오케이.
예.
Very good. Alright. What a gorgeous day. Beautiful view of Aulaki Monkook. Just on your left, the big white mountain.
really?
마운틴 콕?
Monkook, yeah.
yeah.
We're looking at the Caroline face from here. It's really steep, a lot of ice and snow, pretty impressive. And if you look on the far end of the lake, you can kind of see in the shade a dark wall and a field of rocks going into the valley. And that's the Tasman. Less thick, and the rocks don't melt and popped at the top. Guys, it's pretty far now, but 80 years ago, there was no lake here.
Oh, really?
80 years ago. The Tasman Glacier.
Just 80 years ago.
Yeah, 80.
80.
제로.
You see these large rock walls all around the lake? We call them moraine walls. And the Tasman Glacier was at the top of them. You could have stepped on the side, on the top of the moraine wall, and walk on the top of the Tasman Glacier. And even more recent than that, only 30 years ago, 30 years, there was still no lake here. We would have been inside the ice. And from 1990, from just a small lake at the top of the glacier, we have now a lake of 6.5 kilometers long. And every time the lake is growing, the glacier is getting smaller. The only good thing for us is every time a piece breaks off, it ends up floating, and it's what we call icebergs. So let's go check out some icebergs now.
지금 저 뒤로 보이는 설산이 뉴질랜드에서 가장 높은 마운트 콕입니다. 여기 앞에 한여름에나 볼 수 있는 빙하가 있습니다요. 아, 저는 멀리서 이걸 바라봤을 때
That's
배.
an iceberg, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. So what we can see, it's only 10%.
아, 10%.
10%.
어,
On all of the icebergs,
응.
90%
와,
is under the water.
야, under the water.
So I mean, this one, it's really big. It's not too tall, but it's really long, and you can take what you can see above the water and stack it on top of each other 9 times, and you have the full size of the bird. So just try it. I mean, even from one like that, it's pretty impressive. And the things with icebergs, I don't know the shape of the 90%. I don't know if this one is actually extending far away from here.
Oh.
So on this boat,
어,
we have a sonar system to just check if there is
Ah.
not a nice shelf going away. It just is paddle over here.
위는 그러니까 겉에는 그냥 눈처럼 저렇게 보여도
밑에
밑에는
90%
너무
가
단단하게 돼 있네. 어,
이를 쓰지 말라 그랬어.
이거는 사면 되지.
안 돼요.
This one is pretty good. I'm checking because sometimes icebergs like to roll. Because they're melting. You must be a bit warm now. Just imagine for the ice. And as the 10% is becoming 9, 8, 7% from the sun, the wind, the rain, the iceberg start to lift out of the water.
어.
And if he keep lifting, he might lose his balance and roll over.
아,
And we don't want to be on the top of an ice shelf if the iceberg will roll over.
어. 아, 위에 녹으면은 수평이 안 맞아서 이렇게 뒹굴어지고 밑에가 다시
뭐 어떻게 그렇게 해서
응. 아,
근데
야, 얼음 뛰어다니는 거 봐.
Can I put on water? Can I? Drink?
하나 이렇게 해서
Yes.
Oh yeah, try to reach.
아, 지금 넣고 있군요.
수평을 조금 맞춰야 되겠다.
어. 오,
broke up.
Oh.
That's a small iceberg, guy. Just gonna pass it around.
Oh.
Thank you.
오,
Try to get this one over here.
예술입니다, 예술.
오, 이거 무슨 예술품 같아.
호호.
Wow.
Yes.
I carved it this morning.
야, 예.
So it will be nice and.
You are best.
Guys,
artist.
that's beautiful. It's like the diamonds of the Tasman Lake. Look how clear is it, because this ice is really compressed, really pure, compressed by the weight of the glacier. And if you look inside, I've seen actually some small air bubbles.
Air bubble.
Air bubbles.
어,
And these
They are-
air bubbles were trapped when the snow falls between the snowflakes, and after the ice has been compressed, the air has been
yeah, yeah.
compressed.
아,
And finally, 300 years after that,
아.
it comes here. So this ice, it's at least 300 years old. And if you
100 years ago.
300 years.
쓰리 언데,
300, yeah.
300.
Oh.
And guys, you can have a taste.
아, 야, 야.
It tastes like cookies and cream.
아니. 에이요. Check me.
Yes.
They are beautiful, like, and this one they have a
yeah,
nice
yeah.
air bubble in it. You see it, and if you move the ice crystal, you see you can move the air bubble in it. It's breakfast.
아, 나는 그러면 300년 전에
물을 마시고
물을
있는
마시고.
거야.
It should be just taste like water. But
음,
Yeah.
no, it tastes good.
헬스가. 저는 지금 300년 전에 물로 만들어진 얼음을 지금 먹고 있습니다요.
바로 뒤에 보이는 것은 마운트 쿡입니다. 마운트 쿡을 배경으로 해서 지금 얼음물 먹고 있습니다.
와,
도영이도 먹어봐.
먹었어요.
아니 사진을 찍게. 이쪽으로 보면서 저기 지금
이 얼음이 300년 동안 눌려가지고 여기에 버블 공기의 층이 하나도 없어요. 그만큼 이게 신선하고 깨끗한 이거 우윳빛이긴 하지만 이 자체가 너무나도 깨끗한.
없스. 나 놓으려고 그랬는데 뒤로 가버렸어.
어.
It's okay. 내가 좀 찍을게.
내가 300년 동안 잠들어 있던 물을 꺼내 지금 먹고 있습니다요.
없스. 없스. 베리스. 오.
오.
없스. 예스. 없스.
I will swing the boat around so you can have a
이렇게
a touch too. Yeah, if you don't want it, look. There's a lot here.
아, sweet, thank you.
Look at that.
음.
Oh, you have too much.
좋아하지.
Guys, because the first things. Cheers, Jess. Guys, look at that. The first thing you notice, it's not one giant solid piece of ice. It's millions, billions of smaller pieces, like the one you're holding, ice crystals. And it's basically like a big jigsaw puzzle. You can take one out, and you can put it back on the same place. And it's why the glacier can act like a frozen river, rolling over itself, going around the valley, because these ice crystals just can move around each other inside the glacier. And this one is fascinating because it's been sitting on the sun for perhaps 1 or 2 days, and you can just pick up the ice crystals.
이거 먹지 마 진짜. 너 배 아파. 이거 담아가지고 가자.
아, 너무 빠져.
근데 이걸 여기다 넣으니까 뒤로 확 가버려.
나 바닥에서나.
뒤로 가버렸어. 응. 나중에 주스면 돼. 그때까지 있으면.
와 이거.
Sorry, I'm gonna get you nice and close, guys.
그냥 흘러내린다 이거.
흘러내려.
Can you take them? And this ice was not always like that. Because the ice that's under the water, it's actually nice, blue and dense. It's only when it's exposed to the sun, then it starts to look like that. And because of the air bubbles. Because these air bubbles that we've seen pretty good in our ice crystals, once on the sun, they expand, and it's literally pushing apart all these ice crystals, making the ice loosely packed together and slowly turning white. I mean, look at that. Just falling apart. Because this one's been sitting for maybe more 2 days at least, I would say. But it only takes 10-15 minutes for the blue ice to start to turn white on a sunny day.
둘 다 일로 한번 봐봐. 이렇게 뒤에야. 둘 다 일로 한번 봐봐. 마운트 쿡이 저 뒤에 보이면서 yes, yes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
It's pretty cool with Moncook behind here.
Yes.
And there's still 9 times that under the water.
We stayed White Hills campsite.
Yeah.
So we are working the Hook Valley.
Oh yeah.
Today?
Yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just on the other side.
Yes.
What we're gonna do? We're gonna go a bit up the lake to see some bigger icebergs.
Oh, 예.
Anabatik is leaving the Whiteberg just south of the marsh and gonna head to the big berg just out from Nunvale. Hold on, guys. We're gonna go a bit faster.
Yep. 너희 일로 한 번만 봐. 하나, 둘, 셋. 찰칵. 차. 찰칵. 찰칵. 안 그래도 돼. 바로 앉아도 돼도. 바로 앉아. 다 나와, 둘 다. 마운트 쿠키 보이면서 같이. 너희 한 번. 예스. 한 번 더. 하나, 둘, 셋. 오케이.
You can see it and you can hear it. See how much is melting? You see the droplet just on the right? Just melting. And each droplet of water weighs something. And the icebergs start to lift. And actually on this one, if you look just where the water is touching the berg, you can see a dark line. That's a cut. And that's where the warm layer of the lake, it's been melting all around the icebergs. We call that the thermal notch. And if you look at this one, you can actually see another cut just above the water diagonal. And you can actually see some older ones quite above. So this one has been lifting at least 3 times from this side to keep it 10%. And every time it's been lifting, the lake has been melting a thermal notch into the ice. Every time. And they can melt pretty fast. Honestly, on hot days, they can melt a meter into the iceberg a day. The lake if it's calm and get really warm,
저게 이렇게 돼 있는 거 보면 처음에는 저게 이렇게 돼 있던 게 맨 우측에 절로 녹아서 간 거야. 이렇게 뒤집어진 거지. 그거 지금 3단계를 거치고 있죠. 그만큼 녹을 때 그만큼 넘어가고. 이 파인 게 이렇게 돼 있다가 녹아가지고 무게의 차이가 나니까 이제 이렇게 밀리는 거야.
Also the 10%
yeah, it's
just the 10%,
Yeah.
90% under the
Yeah.
water.
still like that all the
Yes.
time. You can actually see on this side pretty good the thermal notch again, the cut. And actually, the bottom part of this berg, it's quite blue compared to the other side, quite from the top. So this one must have been under the water not too long ago, and you can see the thermal notch above the water. So it's been lifting quite a lot, exposing this bluer ice. And you can hear hear it how much is melting, huh? All the it's going to smooth out around. And all of these icebergs broke off almost 3 months ago from the Tasman Glacier. And they've been melting since. This one, like when they broke off, it would have been 3 times that 3 months ago. So they're melting fast. And even this one, it's just gonna make it to the end of the summer, but not too long after. It's gonna start to break a lot more. All right. Anabatic just gonna leave the big berg just north of Beidorf and gonna head center of the lake just south of the waterfall. Oh, all right, all done, folks.
오, 예.
Give you a bigger one. It's actually pretty thin, so it's not too heavy. So it's pretty nice. It's quite a bit sharp on the edge, but yeah, if you want to have a turn.
Oh yeah, might as well.
Man, it's not.
Whoa.
예.
아, 우리 가운데다 들고
Yeah. Can you?
Yeah,
yeah.
you have more
아니
good.
너도
Yeah,
오케이,
같이.
no worries.
한여름에
어.
빙하를 보셨나요?
Yeah, it's okay.
예.
All good.
Yeah, your sense very good.
자기도 하나 이거 한번 할래?
아니, 봐봐 다시 저걸 배경으로 도영이도 같이.
어우,
원,
야,
투,
물 너무-
원, 투, 쓰리. 오케이 이렇게 돌려야지.
떨어뜨린다.
그거 돌려야지. 오케이.
떨어뜨린다.
하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋. Yes,
아,
okay.
아유,
Very cold? Yeah.
야, 저기는 빙하네 됐다. 그러니까 저기가 다 깨져서 이렇게 떨어져 나오나 봐.
Yeah, and I think that you're just going to be 100 meters out south of the waterfall.
이거는 블루
This one
색깔.
is pretty fun. You can see the thermal notch that is cut, and look, it's pretty much an arch now. That's the same iceberg. You can see it's connected. Even the small on the right. I can see the shelf with the sunglasses. It's pretty cool. It's nice and blue under, huh?
물은 계속 떨어지고 있네.
That's pretty fun.
아래로 보니까 그 빙하 색깔이 그대로 있죠?
아, 야, 도영아, 여기에 고기는 안 사냐고 물어봐.
물어봤어요. 안 산대.
안 산대?
네.
너무 추워서?
물이 그것도 있고
어.
그냥
What we're gonna do, guys, we're just gonna go a bit further, and now we're gonna check out the Tasman Glacier, just to see where all of this ice is coming from. And it's pretty cool.
You wouldn't suggest anyone sending on that thing?
That's only if you book the overnight trip. We just drop you on an iceberg. No, I'm joking.
I actually believe you. I'm keen to hop on to.
I mean, you could. If it starts to roll, you're gonna have to keep the balance on the iceberg, like on a big.
Right.
Yeah, anabatic is just leaving 100 meters out south of the waterfall and hitting to the face. All done.
Yep. Actually, we're just going to do one last stop, park on one last iceberg, and after we go see the Tasman Glacier. So this one you can see then, it's not at all like the first one we touched. The first one you could just pick up the ice crystals. This one you can still see them, but you're gonna have some trouble. This ice, it's a lot more packed because it must have rolled a lot not too long ago, maybe just yesterday, compared to the other one who rolled maybe 2 days or 3 days ago. So you can see how much like the difference of the ice, different states. From the blue 야, 행어.
ice that's under,
이거 좀 빼줘. 왜냐면 거기가 깜빡깜빡해.
start to look like that, and
이쪽으로
then
볼게.
from the one
아니.
we've seen after, the first one we've seen. I'm gonna swing the boat around.
오!
Don't worry, this
okay?
boat is unsinkable.
Is the white thing snow?
That's probably not snow. This one actually, it just compressed ice. When you must have broke from the glacier, you must have hit other piece of ice, and you just basically crunched the snow, the ice, sorry, and make kind of this like it looks like snow, but it just crunched ice. There was no snowfall for now a long time. Like you won't find any snow. You'll have to go lot higher on the glacier.
Okay.
On the hidden 12 kilometers where you can find some snow. And pretty nice. We're not gonna go too far. The Tasman Glacier is just behind.
색깔이 남아있네.
Yeah, Anamatic is just. All right, all done. Here we go, guys. That's the Tasman Glacier. That's the terminal face of it. And all of the ice we've seen, touch, taste, it's coming from here. And to give you an idea of the scale, from one side of the lake all the way to the other side, it's 1.5 kilometers long. And above the water, we can see on average 30 meters of ice. That's the size of the tallest building of the Hermitage Hotel, just above the water. But that's only what you can see, because the glacier goes all the way to the bottom of the lake, touching the valley floor at a depth of 272 meters deep.
470
Yeah.
kilometer.
So it's pretty much 300 meters of ice in front of us. It's so much ice, and guys, keep an eye on it because ice is breaking all the time from here.
300 meters ice.
You have 30 meters
네.
on the top
네.
and under
yeah,
270
yeah.
meters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And keep an eye because ice is breaking at all the time. We might see nothing. We might see just a small rock, or we could see a big piece of the wall falling into the water. That's called rock calving. It's the most common, the most frequent. It can happen anytime, especially when it's warm in summer, because the lake is melting fast into the glacier, cutting the thermal notch, and the ice is falling quite frequently. But usually, even if you have a big piece breaking off, it's gonna smash in smaller pieces. The big bergs, the one we've seen, and you can see we still have some bergs on the right of the glacier. This one's broke 3 months ago, not from the top, but from under the water. Because as the block calving continue to break, it leaves behind ice shelves. Huge ice shelf that can extend halfway between the boat and the glacier. And this ice wants to float, it's gonna float, and when the pressure will get too big, it's gonna break from the glacier, spin,
오.
and rise to the surface with no warning at all. And that's called basal calving because it's coming from the base of the Tasman Glacier, and it's why we keep a safe distance because we have no warning. We don't know what's gonna happen, and we don't want to be on the top of that when you have millions of tons of ice just popping out.
Just a quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
So we're staying at the DOC campsite.
Yeah.
And we often hear the roaring sound from over the mountain.
Oh yeah.
Is it coming from here?
No, it's probably the large mountain that just behind Mount Sefton, the one who looks like a like the back of a dragon or something, like, you know, a bit round, like the bigger one from the village. And often you have avalanche coming down because you have glacier, you have ice falling. And sometimes you can have up this valley so you can't see it. And sometimes you have ice and rocks falling. And it's often from the Müller Glacier than from this side. But keep an eye on Sefton because you often see avalanches coming down. Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you hear thunder, try to
Yeah.
look at Sefton and try to spot an avalanche. Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, another question is that
Yeah.
that is the rock or ice?
Pardon?
도영아, 저게 지금 보이는 게 얼음 덩어리야 아니면은 저기야?
어디?
절벽이 지금 바로 앞에 보이는 절벽이
이게 얼음이에요.
전부 다 얼음인지
이게
더블
glacier.
체크 물어봐봐.
So from the edge over there to here, they're all ice. In glacier. Right?
Yeah.
All
Like
ice?
sort of like a white bluish color.
So when it's more blue, the ice, you mean?
Yeah, all of that.
It's just different colors in a wall because sometimes you have more rocks, so you look more gray, and sometimes you look kind of deep blue because that's some recent block calving, like the one in the center. You see the ice is really nice dark blue. That I must have broke. I was in weekend, and before my weekend it wasn't here, so it must have broke during the last 2 or 3
Yeah,
days.
the sound.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, many times I heard that.
Yeah, it's probably just few rocks. Sometimes you have rocks falling into the cracks, and sometimes the cracks are opening. If something big will break, we will see it. But it's true that even if it's a small rock, I mean, when I say small, the rock can be like that because it goes really far. It's loud. Yeah, it's really loud.
Maybe the near the side very dangerous.
Oh yeah, it will be dangerous from the ice falling from above and most for the ice coming from under.
Yeah.
To give you an idea, 3 months ago, there was so much ice on the lake, so much ice popped out from under. Then when the wind pushed all of the ice on the southern end, we couldn't put the boat on the water for a week. That was just too much ice. And you could have crossed the lake jumping onto icebergs.
That much.
Yeah, that was a lot of ice. And that happened 3 months ago. We don't expect more basil, not that big, because it doesn't happen too frequently. There was one beginning of November, and we had quite a good one end of June last year. So yeah, probably nothing gonna be for a while. But you could still have some icebergs, just 1, 2 icebergs popping out.
If we visit in the winter,
Yeah.
it's very cold here.
Yeah, it's cold, and usually we don't operate for 2 months. July, August, because the lake freezes over close to the jetty, so we just can't put the boat on the water.
Good morning, Nick. You live in the Cold Glacier Cruise departing outside Chrono Hill with 14 at 1-4. 2 guys, 2 boats.
What we're gonna do, guys? If you want, you can pass me one of your phone or cameras, and I can take a picture of your family with the Tasman Glacier and the Southern Alps. Sorry. Just,
Yes. Okay.
touch it.
Yeah, like where you.
4 years,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
4 years
right
ago.
where the boat is. So in 4 years, we lost about 500 meters of ice, and that's gonna keep melting until in 100 years, the whole Tasman Glacier should be gone.
Oh, yeah. Climate change.
It's warmer. It's not good for the ice if it's too warm. I mean, look, it's gonna get really hot today. Yeah.
저쪽으로는 크레바스 안 생겨 있냐? 크레바스 여기.
All right, folks. We're gonna go back to the jetty. Just enjoy your ride back. Anabatic is leaving the face and heading back to the jetty. All right, all done.
Yes. 와본 소감 한 말씀.
한여름 나절에 300년이 넘는 빙하호수에서 이렇게 제트보트를 타고 관광을 하니까 너무나 좋습니다. 이런 기획 하게 된 것에 해준 노회사님께 감사드립니다요.
너무나도 신기하고 지금 현재 저희가 이렇게 보트로 다니고 있는 이 구간이 원래는 글레이시어로 이렇게 딱 있어야 되는 구간인데 클라이메트 체인지로 이렇게 다 녹았다는 것도 신기한 것 같아요.
너무 좋아요.
여보 이쪽으로 한번 봐봐. 하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋. 오케이. 다시.
안 보이잖아.
자, 하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋. 오케이. 투폭이 보였어. 근데 당신 한 번 더 일로 와.
네가 좋아하지.
하나, 둘, 셋. 오케이. 하나, 둘, 자, 가까이 와.
이거 진짜 귀여워.
튀어났는데도 그게 그래. 자,
아니,
하나, 자,
귀여워.
봐봐. 하나, 둘, 셋. 마우스 푹 보여? 하나, 둘, 셋. 됐어. 그대로 있어. 내가 보고 있어. 하나, 둘, 셋.
나 요쪽 요만 뭐 보이는데. 너는
그게 아니잖아. 그렇게 돌려야 돼. 여기가, 그게 마우스야. 오케이. 하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋. 오케이. 둘, 셋. 둘, 셋. 오. 하나, 둘, 셋. 둘, 셋. 우리 도영이도 찍어줘야 되는데. 이쪽에 있어. 찍었어?
it. Guys, thank you so much. I hope that you had a great time. And you learned maybe one or two facts, and you had some fun playing with the ice. Such a stunning day. Just gonna park the boat inside the jetty. If you can just remain seated until I stop the boat, do the notes, and then I will help you to get out of the boat.
오버데요. 야, 물이 절로 흘러 내려가는 거냐? 저기서 때문에?
일단 하고
카약도 여기서 하네.
Oh, I just have to step on the side of the seat. It's just not like that. Oh, good. BV into base.
그래서 사진 하나만 찍어. 일로 와봐.
So it's time to play with it.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do you want me to take a picture of you or you do it?
Yep. Yes, it's okay.
it'll
자,
be okay.
자,
어?
no.
Yeah. Selfie stick.
눌러래? 됐어.
두 번.
아, 힘들어. 이거 당신 줘? 이게 돌이야 완전히 올라가는데, 그치? 올라가.